My grandmother died 3 weeks ago. I was the only one left to pack up her apartment. She was a quiet woman, kept to herself, never talked about the past. In her bedroom, there was a door that was always locked. I found the key in her jewelry box. Behind the door was a small room with no windows. Just a chair, a table, and a mirror. A huge, oval mirror in a heavy wooden frame, covered with a thick black cloth. I remembered her warning from when I was a child. Never look into that mirror after midnight. I thought it was just old superstition. I was wrong. The first night I stayed in her apartment, I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up at exactly midnight. The room was dark, but there was a faint glow coming from the locked room. I got up and opened the door. The cloth had fallen off the mirror, and the mirror wasn't reflecting the room. It was showing something else. A man I didn't recognize was standing in a dimly lit hallway. He was arguing with someone off-screen. Then he pulled out a knife. I watched, frozen, as the mirror showed me a murder. The screen flickered, and the image disappeared. The mirror was just a mirror again. I told myself it was a dream. But my phone recorded it all. If you love stories where a forgotten object unlocks a hidden world of crime and surveillance, subscribe. Because what that mirror revealed next changed everything. The next morning, I checked the recording. It was real. I watched the timestamp. The murder happened at 11:58 p.m. I searched the news. Nothing. No reports of a stabbing. I thought maybe it was an old recording, something my grandmother saved. I decided to test it. That night, I stayed awake. At midnight, the mirror flickered to life again. This time, it showed a woman sitting at a desk, writing something. She looked up, startled, as if she heard a noise. Then the lights went out in her room. I heard a scream. The mirror went black. I called the police. They didn't believe me. A mirror that shows crimes? They said I was under stress. So I decided to investigate myself. I started by examining the mirror. The frame was thick, with intricate carvings. I ran my fingers along the edges. On the back, I found a small compartment. Inside was a device I didn't recognize. A black box with an antenna and a slot for an SD card. The card was missing, but there was a serial number on the box. SRV19. I Googled it. The results were cryptic. References to a company called Silverglass Surveillance. It went bankrupt in the late 1990s. But their specialty was covert monitoring systems disguised as household objects. My grandmother's mirror wasn't a mirror. It was a receiver. I pulled the mirror off the wall. Behind it was a bundle of wires leading into the wall. I followed them to the basement. There, hidden behind a false wall, was a server rack. Old, but still running. Monitors showed feeds from a dozen locations. Apartment hallways, living rooms, street corners. Each one was labeled with a number. I found the feed from the first night. Unit 7. I looked closer at the screen. The timestamp read today's date. This wasn't a recording. This was live. The murders were happening now. I realized my grandmother wasn't just a quiet old woman. She was part of a surveillance network. And now, whoever was running it knew I was watching. Because as I stood there, one of the monitors switched to a new feed. A room I recognized. My own living room. The camera was hidden in the ceiling. I looked up. A tiny red light blinked back. The mirror wasn't just showing me crimes. It was showing me that I was next.